Well, last Friday, Putnam County Sheriff Gator Deloach condemned nearly an entire trailer park in Palatka and called it a cesspool of sex offenders. According to the sheriff's office, more than 22 convicted sex offenders and predators lived on the property, and 11 out of the 14 trailers have been condemned. Our Christina Burgess was in Palatka today, speaking with some of the sex offenders who are still living there. The others have been relocated to property near the jail.
In the tents you see behind me are currently 6 sex offenders from CCM Park who have been in these tents since Friday. They're currently on the property of the Putnam County Sheriff's Office, where they are monitored by an officer who they check in and out with daily. I spoke with many offenders from CCM Park today who tell me that they are in fear of their life and are wanting to be treated humanely.
All they gave us was a generator, 2 porta potties.
Now I'm 77 years old and I'm having to live on the ground.
Thomas Turner is one of the many sex offenders who was kicked out of CCM Park by the Putnam County deputies last Friday due to code violations and permit issues. For the last 4 days, he, along with other offenders, have been living in these tents right by the Putnam County Jail. While on the property, they are working with probation officers and wearing their ankle monitors.
For them to put us out here like this is cruel and unusual punishment, because we already served our crimes, all of us. We already did our time. All we want to do is live in peace.
A current living situation that alarms the landlord of CCM Park, Jolie Martin.
You know, my biggest concern is that my tenants are safe, and I don't feel like they are in tents.
While some of the sex offenders remain here in tents, others were able to remain in the 3 trailers on the property that haven't been condemned, but they say they now are living in fear.
I'm afraid to leave out this gate that's behind me every morning. Anytime I go anywhere, when I go to work, I feel like something's going to happen to me.
Like I said, it's a target on our backs now, so it's just like we just got to stay prayed up and you know, stick together like we all do out here.
According to the Putnam County Sheriff's Office, 90% of the offenders at the park came from outside of Putnam County. The Putnam County Sheriff's Office says some offenders who resided here went back to where they came from, found alternate housing, and others will reside on the property of the Sheriff's Office for a few more days. They must notify the Sheriff's Office if they're staying in the county or relocating to stay compliant with their registration. And as for the offenders in the tents behind me here on the Putnam County Sheriff's Office property, they have until Friday to find their new living arrangement. In Putnam County, Christina Burgess, First Coast News on your side.